Good, happy Thursday morning, February 10, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Thursday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Thursday morning, so let's get started right now. First up, Governor Sununu hopes some information from Harmony Montgomery review to be released soon. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
As one of the region's largest family-owned energy providers, Eastern Propane and Oil knows a thing or two about family and keeping.
Governor Sununu says some information from the review into Harmony Montgomery's case could be released in the next few weeks. New Hampshire's DCYF and the Attorney General's office are looking into the 7-year-old's disappearance. Investigators believe she was last seen in late 2019. The governor says it's likely not all information about how the system failed Harmony will be made public.
My gut tells me right now that the biggest break of the system it wasn't just about Massachusetts or just about New Hampshire. It's really about the transfer of information across states, and not just between our two states, between any two states.
The governor says the goal of releasing information is that it might help bring Harmony home. If you have a tip that could help investigators, call or text the number on your screen anytime, 603-203-6060.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. Internet service providers opposing New Hampshire broadband improvement projects. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
As one of the region's largest family-owned energy providers, Eastern Propane and Oil knows.
Grafton County has plans to build out a middle-mile broadband network to all of its 39 towns, plus the city of Lebanon. They applied for federal grant money through the National Telecommunications and Information Administration. But according to Bristol Town Administrator Nick Coates, current internet service providers are challenging the project.
We have a problem, and this funding is meant to help solve that problem. And if the rules continue to be the way they are, and the telecoms have the ability to continue to challenge projects and to stop projects, the problem's not going to be solved.
Coates says internet companies claim they already provide adequate service to several areas included in the project.
What the companies are saying they're providing is not what they're providing.
We reached out to one of the largest providers, Comcast, and although they did not directly answer the question, they did provide this statement. The NTIA invited broadband service providers to submit information about any services offered in proposed service areas. After carefully reviewing the information provided by the NTIA in its October 4 announcement, Comcast has made informational filings with respect to a number of projects. Coates calls on New Hampshire's congressional delegation to limit the amount of influence service providers have in the process.
And let the funding flow and let the projects happen and let the best product win.
That was Jason King reporting. Coates says they also plan to apply for more money from the new infrastructure law when it becomes available, and he's afraid the county will face the same challenges.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire State Police save owl on highway. Let's take a listen to that video and that report from WMUR News 9.
As one of the region's largest family-owned energy providers, Eastern Propane and Oil knows
A much easier rescue here in the Granite State. Take a look at this cute owl. State Police Troop B saved it this morning on I-293 in Hooksett. They believe the bird broke its wing. It is now at a rehabilitation center in Concord.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Governor says New Hampshire COVID-19 hospitalization rate is among lowest in country. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
So, you need a new roof, but you have so many questions. Should I get a metal roof or asphalt shingles? Are the materials...
Well, Tom and Monica, it's really amazing to consider that less than a month ago, 433 people were hospitalized with COVID-19. Since then, a 60% drop. Fewer than 200 people are now hospitalized with the virus. However, state officials say this is not the end of COVID. The Omicron surge is fading, and tonight, Governor Chris Sununu says New Hampshire and Vermont have the lowest hospitalization rates in the country.
This is not a victory by any means, but we are definitely trending in the right direction.
Despite that, federal strike teams will remain for the next several weeks, and fixed vaccine sites are contracted through March.
But they're still putting out, 150, 200 vaccines a day, some of them, something like that. Those are rough numbers. And so they are still being utilized.
State epidemiologist Dr. Benjamin Chan says dropping case numbers will likely lead to changes in schools in the coming weeks.
The goal is to be able to pull back on some of, the mitigation measures further, try and get our society, our schools back to more normal operations.
The state is continuing to scale back COVID surveillance and will rely on test results from labs and healthcare providers. Wastewater data could also play a key role, as some locations are already collecting that information. Dr. Chan says tracking COVID could resemble how the flu is monitored.
The goal here is to find a sustainable way to track COVID-19 going forward. I think likely death certificate reviews, vital record review is going to be part of that.
Governor Sununu says much can change with new variants and other factors.
Someone asked me, are you getting ready for next year's winter surge? Yeah, absolutely. I hope we never see it. It never sees the light of day, but...
Now, it is worth noting that COVID deaths remain high in New Hampshire. In the last week, there's an average of 7 deaths a day. Dr. Benjamin Chan says it's not known whether those people were vaccinated or not, but says in general, most deaths are among those who are unvaccinated. Reporting live in Concord tonight, Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. 2 killed after crash in Hooksett. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
So, you need a new roof, but you have so many questions. Should I get a metal roof or asphalt shingles? Are the materials...
Tom and Monica, we're live here on West River Road in Hooksett. We're just south of the Bow town line. You can see behind me the lights in the background. That's where the accident happened. This is what we know. At about 7:39 this evening, a light-colored pickup truck traveling on this roadway hit some black ice, and according to the sergeant in charge here on the scene, the truck did a 360 in the road and then struck a telephone pole off the side of the road. There were 2 people in the truck, and both of those individuals were killed in the accident. We're told it was a man and a woman, although authorities are still trying to notify next of kin. At this point in time, the traffic accident unit is on the scene, and they could be here for several more hours. But again, both people in that pickup truck were killed in the accident that happened earlier this evening. We're live in Hooksett. We'll have more as the information becomes available. I'm Jason King, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Maple sugaring underway. Producers hope for a strong season. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
So, you need a new roof, but you have so many questions. Should I get a metal roof or asphalt shingles? Are the materials and workmanship both warranted? Is it made from industry-recognized quality materials? And how soon can I have it installed? At Forever Metal Roof, we answer all...
Why?
Yeah, getting kind of excited about it. The milder temperatures have launched maple season. Prime sugaring conditions require nighttime temperatures below freezing and daytime temperatures that produce a thaw. Producer Ben Fisk hopes this season will be a very good one.
We had a lot of rain this past summer, so we're thinking that should help out this year. The year before, it was really dry summer, and so we didn't get as much sap. And some of the research that's out there shows when it's like a drought year, the sap isn't as sweet. So we're hoping we're going to see more sap this year and sweeter sap.
I can smell it and taste it right now. As spring approaches and we see more thawing, those warmer days will be the key. Up and down temperatures will help extend the season.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. It's a blessing. Cancer patient surprised with tickets to Super Bowl. Let's take a listen to that video from Action 4 News in Pittsburgh.
Right now, your local Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer is featuring a fantastic lineup of Jeep and Ram vehicles.
My girlfriend knew, my mom knew, and they kept it a secret from me.
Corey Fisher was finishing up a day of chemotherapy at UPMC Children's Hospital like he has so many times in the past few months. He was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma back in November. It's a 9-month treatment protocol that starts with 6 rounds of chemo. He just finished his 5th when he got the surprise.
Here's your special guest.
Who is it?
Thank you. Oh, it's TJ Watt.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
How you doing today?
I'm all right. Another day in the office, right?
Except it wasn't just another day at the office.
We weren't able to go to the Super Bowl, but you are, my friend.
What?
TJ let him know that he was selected by the Steelers organization and UPMC Children's to get an all-expense-paid trip for 2 to the big game.
I'm glad you asked for an interview, because whenever my initial reaction happened on the video, I was like, I should have had a better reaction, because I was just in complete shock. So, because it's not very often you get to go to a Super Bowl, let alone in LA too, which makes it a little bit more exciting.
Corey plans to take his dad to LA, a city neither of them have been to before.
We might hit Rodeo Drive. I want to go to Santa Monica Pier. I also love tacos, so the taco stands out there I heard are good.
It's good timing, too. He'll start that 6th round of chemo the day after he gets back. The game giving him some much-needed encouragement to push through.
It's a blessing for sure, and I appreciate it. And the Steelers organization and Children's Hospital is one of the most amazing places on earth.
And Corey also said that he wants to include all of us, all of Pittsburgh, in his trip. So he's going to be posting pictures and videos on his social media accounts documenting this once-in-a-lifetime experience.
That is so exciting.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that did it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.